what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Fellow Show. My name's Kyle. Tonight, it is Wednesday, January 19th, about 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm just doing a quick video here. We are live at the moment, so if you guys do have any questions on anything, let me know in the comments. But I kind of wanted to just get into the divisional round games. We only have 4 games this weekend, 2 Saturday, 2 on Sunday. It's Wednesday, so that's like one of the first days that we can actually get a practice report. And I guess the 2 games that we care about for Saturday, Cincinnati at Tennessee, you got San Francisco at Green Bay. So I figured we'll look at these 2 games first. I don't know if we're going to learn too much about the Sunday games. Again, Wednesday, the first day that these practice reports are out. So Cincinnati at Tennessee. Let's see who is on the reports today. Let me actually hop into a screen share here and show you guys what we're looking at. So I use the RotoWire here, and these are the practice reports right here for the Cincinnati Bengals. It looks like everybody's in pretty good shape here. Nobody missing practice, so that's good news here. You got a couple full practices. Trey Hendrickson, that's the one that I wanted to see. He got concussed last week, but he's good to go. Stanley Morgan, one of the backup wide receivers here, and Josh Tupou. Everything looking pretty good here. So Cincinnati in good health. Let's go look at Tennessee real quick. Janoris Jenkins not practicing. That's interesting with the an ankle injury here. You have Naquan Jones, defensive tackle. He's full practice. Derek Roberson still not practicing here, non-injury, so that's probably a good thing that he should be good to go. Buster Screen, full practice, and then Tyre Tart, limited practice. And I believe the big news today was Derrick Henry. He smiled Wednesday when asked if he'll be activated for Saturday's divisional round game against the Bengals. We'll see how this week goes, he says. He said with a grin, it's a sign Henry's progressing as expected with his surgically repaired foot, and he's fully expected to play Saturday. So his workload, however, remains unclear as the Titans could ease him back into action with Deonta Foreman spelling him on some series. So very big news here. We're probably going to see Derrick Henry play this weekend, but for the most part, I think it's good. It's good that you don't see AJ Brown, you don't see Julio Jones, you don't like that bye week really helped the Titans. And then for Cincinnati, coming in pretty, like, nobody's missing practice, so that's fantastic. Trey Hendrickson again practicing after that concussion, so that's good to see. So good to go for that one. Let's take a peek at San Francisco and Green Bay. For practice reports here, you have Nick Bosa not practicing with a concussion. We'll try and dig up more information on him. Jordan Willis, defensive end, listed as doubtful, not practicing here. I think the big one, though, I don't see. Yeah, there's Fred Warner here. Limited practicing today, so it was a lot more. It looked a lot more serious than I guess it was on Sunday. But it looks like Fred Warner on track to play again. Nick Bosa not practicing to this is Tuesday, so I don't know about Wednesday. Let me actually see what we got going on here. Can I find San Francisco? Let's take a look here. So San Francisco, we're just going here. Some interview stuff. Fred Warner was limited at practice on Tuesday. This is reports from yesterday. So I'm not seeing anything on today's practice yet. It is interesting that Jimmy Garoppolo limited at practice. Apparently he's dealing with a little bit of a shoulder thing. Elijah Mitchell has the knee injury. So I think we're on a wait-and-see approach. But as far as the 49ers and injuries, it's good to see Fred Warner being at practice with a limited. And I think the guy that we just have to monitor is going to be Bosa. We'll see if he can get back from the concussion protocols. And as far as the Green Bay Packers, they seem to be getting pretty healthy here. David Bakhtiari, limited at practice. He didn't practice yesterday, so he's progressing in the week here. He's on track to play. MVS was interesting, though. He was downgraded to do not practice on Wednesday. So he was limited yesterday, not practicing Wednesday. That puts his status in question. Likely means Alan Lazard's probably going to be the number 2, and Randall Cobb probably going to play. So I feel good about Randall Cobb being the 3. Maybe MVS takes the week off here. Aaron Jones, full participant. You love to see that coming off the bye. Again, no MVS. And we'we'll see here. But let me look at the rest of the Packers injury or practice reports here. I'm surprised they didn't have anything in there for San Francisco. But Jair Alexander, limited, back-to-back limiteds. David Bakhtiari, again, limited today. There's Devondre Campbell, full. Aaron Jones, full. Mercedes Lewis is getting a day off. Aaron Rodgers, full. Billy Turner, back-to-back full days. So it looks like the Packers' offensive line is getting a lot better with Billy Turner and David Bakhtiari both on track to play. And then we'll have to monitor MVS. Now, for these 2 games, let's take a peek here. These are the fantasy points allowed stats. You can find this in the link in the description below. Just click on the divisional round start sit charts. But these are fantasy points allowed. So I think these can be helpful for filling out your DFS lineups. You have the Cincinnati Bengals allowing the second most fantasy points here. They are green against running back and tight end. So Tennessee, we know we're going to want Derrick Henry for sure. But it does look like they allow tight end points. So I don't know if there's a Tennessee tight end that we can trust. So it's Derrick Henry, it's A.J. Brown. We know the names. And then as far as the Packers go, they are the fourth, I guess, the team that allows the fourth most points. They are generous to QB and to tight end, which is interesting. So maybe it's a George Kittle game. Of course, it's going to be, Debo's going to do some things, but it's looking like maybe Jimmy Garoppolo and George Kittle could be a sneaky stack. Tennessee gives up the most points against the wide receiver here. So you got to like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. I think that's going to be where a lot of the meat of the juice is. So maybe Joe Burrow and some of these Bengals receivers can be a fun stack here. And then the 49ers, pretty stingy against running back and tight end, but against wide receiver, they do have a little bit of a greenness to it as well as the quarterbacks. I think Devontae, Aaron Rodgers are both going to be in for some big games. So check out those charts if you guys want them. And then I did post a bunch of the start-sit charts. So if you guys want to check those out, please do so. Again, tonight we're just kind of taking a peek at some of the practice reports and seeing who's going to be in, who's going to be out. I already kind of covered the Saturday game. I'm feeling – so Cincinnati at Tennessee. Let's actually go look at the DraftKings, the lines for these games. I'm just going to click in the sportsbook and let's see what we can figure out now. I don't believe those two teams played each other earlier in the year, Cincinnati and Tennessee. I think that's a brand new matchup. Let me just double check that. They did not. So they did not play. The Packers and the 49ers did play, so we do have some history there. But as far as, where is the NFL tab? As far as Bengals at Titans, they got the Titans as 3.5-point favorites, 47 total implied in this one. I'm kind of feeling, I'm feeling the Titans to hold on to this one, but I think maybe the over might be kind of interesting because both teams will likely allow a good chunk of points here. And I just think that Titans pass offense or that pass defense and the Bengals pass offense could intersect and we could see some big points here. So I do like Tennessee to win this game, but I'm not going to be surprised if Joe Burrow outpasses the Titans. And then as far as 49ers at the Green Bay Packers, now keep in mind this game was a fantastic. I think this was like the week 3 Monday Night Football game, 30-28. Maybe this was the Sunday Night Football game, but it was a last-second field goal by Mason Crosby at the end. I think they gave Rodgers like 20-some seconds left on the – maybe they gave him like 37 seconds left on the play clock, and they go and get the touchdown. But this one, Green Bay at San Francisco, 30-28. Rodgers played really well, 23 of 33 as a passer. 261 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was only sacked once in this game. Aaron Jones ran for 82 yards and a touchdown. But look at Devontae, 12 for 132 and a touchdown. I just don't see how that's going to change. I don't think San Fran has enough to counter with Devontae on defense. On the 49ers side, though, you see Jimmy G, 257, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he was sacked 4 times. So Green Bay's defense, kind of sneaky here. Trey Sermon got a rushing touchdown in there. Trey Lance also ran for a touchdown. So the 49ers themselves, I mean, they put up 4 touchdowns, a big-time game here. But you got to wonder if the offensive line can hold up against this Green Bay pass rush. And then Kittle, Debo, those guys were eating it up. Kyle Juszczyk had a big game. Brandon Ayuk had a good game. So these are the usual suspects here. But I just think Devontae Adams, the emergence of A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones, I think the Green Bay offense is going to be tough to stop. But, man, like, talk about differential, like, philosophies of playing football right now. The 49ers want to run the ball. They want to pound the ball, play good defense. Green Bay, kind of a finesse pass team. They like they're showing that they can power run, though. So I'm interested here. I do think Green Bay is going to win. I don't know if I feel comfortable with the 6. I kind of feel good about, the 47-point range, whether that is Packers 27 and the 49ers 20 or 21. That's kind of right in that sweet spot. So I do like Packers to win. I'm just unsure of the money line and whatnot. But looking at, let's move on to the Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This one's a fun game. I don't know if we know too much from these practice reports yet. There's the Wednesdays. Backup running back, not interested. Taylor Rapp not practicing, the safety here with the concussion. And then Andrew Whitworth not practicing with a knee. That's something to monitor as the Rams are trying to get back into their power football days. And then Tampa Bay's got a huge, lengthy list of people not practicing. They have one of the backup receivers, Cyril Grayson, Ryan Jensen, the starting center, Ronald Jones not practicing, Sean Murphy-Bunting not practicing, Brashad Perriman not practicing, and same with Tristan Wirfs. So I'm nervous about Tampa Bay. Again, as I record this is Wednesday night. If you say Ryan Jensen and no Tristan Wirfs, I'm thinking Tampa Bay is going to be in big trouble. The good news, though, I guess Giovanni Bernard limited, Shaq Barrett full practice, Levante David full, Mike Edwards in full practice as well. I don't see Mike Evans on the injury report. I don't see Leonard Fournette here. Hopefully they can get him activated. So Tampa Bay, a lot to be decided here, and of course the few names on the Rams side. Now these two teams did play earlier in the season, and I believe the Rams were very sneaky in this game. 34-24 was the final. Tom Brady throws for 432 passing yards, 1 touchdown. He was sacked 3 times. He also had a rushing touchdown in this game. Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones just bottled up. So Tampa Bay could not run the football. This turned into a big game for Mike Evans, 8 for 106. Chris Godwin, 6 for 74. Tyler Johnson, 3 for 63. Gronk, 4 for 55. And Giovanni Bernard, 9 for 51 and a touchdown. So a ton of passing stats, but Tom Brady just couldn't punch it into the end zone. 432 yards, only 1 passing touchdown. That's a problem. On the other side, Matthew Stafford was just magnificent. 343 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. He was sacked once. Huge difference in QBR rating from 92 to 65 for Tom Brady. So Stafford was clean. You saw Sony Michel, and I think this is the big. This is what you want to see. The yards per carry is not good, but 20 attempts, 67 yards, like that's workable. 3.4 yards per carry, they can work with that. That's going to put them in manageable situations. You see Deshaun Jackson, 3 for 120 and a touchdown. We know he's no longer there. But Cooper Kupp, 9 for 96 and 2 touchdowns. Van Jefferson, 4 for 42. Tyler Higbee, 5 for 40. Just everything seemed to kind of work. Is very highly efficient. And now you add in Cam Akers. I'm actually thinking this is all aligning towards the LA Rams going to Tampa Bay and winning. So right now I'm leaning Tennessee, I'm leaning Green Bay, I'm leaning LA. Just Tampa Bay's got a lot of injuries stacking up on their side of the ball. So let's move on to Buffalo and Kansas City. I think the NFL schedule makers did a really good job here, lining this one up as the final game on Sunday. It's at 5:30 p.m. Central Time here. The Chiefs, 2.5-point favorites, 54 in total implied points in this one. So this one is going to be the popcorn game. I don't know if we know too much from these practice reports. Let's take a peek here. Rashad Fenton, the cornerback, not practicing, and Darrell Williams not practicing with a toe, but it looks like Clyde Edwards-Helaire full practice, so he's back. You're going to see some kind of duo of Clyde Edwards and Jerick McKinnon there. Let's go ahead and look at the Buffalo side of things. Nothing on these. This is a great report. They only got 1 player, Mario Addison, limited. So Buffalo is healthy, looking good. These two teams did not play this year, I believe. Let me just double check this. I can't remember Kansas City Buffalo playing. Did they not play? Yeah, they did. They did play earlier this year. This looks like it was in week 6, 38-20. Buffalo just destroyed them. Josh Allen comes in, 315 yards, 3 touchdowns. He didn't even play that great of a game. 15 of 26 is not great passing. 94 QBR is good. The rating's really good here. No sacks. That's going to be probably the biggest thing that sticks out. You see Josh Allen, 11 for 59 and a touchdown. Zach Moss, Devin Singletary, both played well enough on the ground here. Basically 17 carries for 62 yards. That's fine there. And then the receiving, Dawson Knox, 3 for 117 and a touchdown. Diggs, 2 for 69. Zach Moss had a big game. Sanders, 2 touchdowns. This was just a weird game where everything hit for Buffalo. They were up 24-13 at halftime, and they just continued to ease into things. If you look at the Mahomes' numbers, this is when the midst of this was kind of, when the Chiefs defense was just garbage and they couldn't stop anybody. And they got a lot better after this game. But this is not what we're used to seeing. Patrick Mahomes throw the ball 54 times, only complete 33 passes, 272 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, sacked twice. QBR under 50, that's bad. Any game that Mahomes is their leading rusher, they're probably not going to win. 8 for 61 here. Darrell Williams, 5 for 27. Clyde Edwards, 7 for 13. Mecole Hardman had a big game, 9 for 76. Tyreek, 7 for 63. Travis Kelce, 6 for 57 and a touchdown. And then kind of just nothing after that. Byron Pringle's been a beast of late. But interesting. This was kind of the end of that little run where Kansas City's defense was just not playing good. So I don't think we can expect that. I think part of me wants to see Buffalo upset the Kansas City Chiefs. This is going to be a difficult game at Kansas City. I think it's 50-50 for me at the moment. I would like to see some more of these practice reports, but I think at the moment right now, like, I don't think Kansas City scares me. They had that big game last week against the Steelers, but you look and see what I think it's more impressive to me what the Buffalo Bills did to the New England Patriots than it is what the Chiefs did to the Steelers. So I'm as of today, I'm leaning with the Buffalo Bills. I'm leaning LA Rams. I'm leaning Green Bay, and I'm leaning Tennessee. But if I had to open up my heart and say, what do I really want? I want to see Joe Burrow. I want to see Josh Allen. I think Bills, Bengals, AFC Championship would be fun. And then I kind of want to see Tom Brady come back to Green Bay, but we already saw that. I don't know if we're going to need to see that again. So I'm kind of thinking LA, Green Bay, and the NFC. And I think for fun-wise, let's get Joe Burrow in there and see if they can knock out the Titans. But anyways, I'll probably do a live show either Friday night or Saturday morning once we get more data and practice and information and things like that. So I will be checking out for this one. Thank you guys so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you guys in another video. Peace.